if Caitlin would start her own league with you, I'd give her $100 million and I have as many billionaires as you needed to start a league.
Did you hear about the shocking news Dave Portnoy just dropped on the WNBA? Yes, he's back, and this time, he's not just talking or criticizing from the sidelines. He's making big moves. Portnoy has made an offer so massive and unexpected that it could completely shake the WNBA to its core. It's not just talk. It's a serious business deal that could change basketball forever. We're talking about a $100 million offer, and it's all focused on one person, Caitlin Clark.
You said you'd partner with her and give her $100 million. That's the biggest offer that she's gotten. So
if she would have let me be her agent, I would have in a second. And if she's like, I'll start a new league with you, I would get her whatever you want.
Like millions of fans who really see what's going on, Dave Portnoy knows the truth. The only reason the WNBA is still getting attention is because of Caitlin Clark. That's it. The way the league, and especially its commissioner Cathy Engelbert, has treated her isn't just rude, it's downright humiliating. That's why Portnoy is stepping up and doing something no one else has dared to do. He's offering $100 million, basically telling Caitlin, forget the WNBA, start your own league. If you think she should take the deal and leave the WNBA behind, hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments, because this could be the story that completely changes, or even ends, the league as we know it.
If Caitlin Clark said, I'm taking my ball and I'm going home and I'm starting my own league, the WNBA would be done in 2 seconds. You don't think Caitlin Clark could line up billionaire investors and start and just get all these players to come with her if they're going to pay a lot more? Of course she would, but for some reason, they want to alienate her. It's like they want her to suffer coming in. You just never seen anything like it where the commissioner doesn't seem to value the stars or the golden goose.
But here's the part most people are missing. This wasn't some random late-night rant from Dave Portnoy. He's completely serious. This move was planned, calculated, and backed by a real business strategy. After hearing him talk, it almost sounds like Caitlin Clark might already be thinking about her next move. The real question now is, how real is this offer? And if Caitlin accepts it, could this be the beginning of the end for the WNBA's current leadership? Because honestly, it looks like the commissioner may have just ruined her own position on live TV. Let's be real, Dave Portnoy isn't afraid of controversy. He actually thrives on it. He's a media powerhouse, a successful businessman, and someone who always speaks his mind. But this time, he didn't just cause a stir, he completely flipped the table. What he said wasn't just bold. It was the WNBA's biggest nightmare coming true. In his latest statement, Portnoy made one thing very clear: if Caitlin Clark ever decides to start her own league, he'll be the first to support her, no hesitation, no second guessing. And to prove it, he's putting a shocking $100 million on the line to make it happen.
If she truly was like, I'm out of here, I'm starting my own league, she'd have people lining up, including myself, and she would put the WNBA out of business. I really do believe that. I think she's that powerful for the whole league.
Let's be clear, this isn't just some attention-grabbing headline. Dave Portnoy doesn't make empty threats or fake promises. If you've followed his career, you know he's already heavily involved in major sports investments. So when a guy like him goes on live TV and makes a $100 million offer, you can bet he means every word. That's exactly why the WNBA is in panic mode right now. If Caitlin Clark even considers accepting his offer, Commissioner Cathy Engelbert's entire operation could collapse overnight. And it gets even more interesting. Portnoy didn't stop after making the offer. He went even further, practically campaigning for Caitlin to take the deal. You could hear it in his voice. He wasn't just making an offer, he was trying to convince her. It felt like a live negotiation happening right in front of millions of viewers. Portnoy is all in, and the WNBA knows it.
Money talks. Like if you get the money lined up and you get the superstars, like, oh, you can only make $1 million here, you can make 5 with our league. I think it would work.
I mean, when she was golfing, originally when she did that little celebrity golf thing, it wasn't going to be televised. And there were so many people emailing them saying, like, can we see this? Like, how can we see this? And then all of a sudden it was on television. And so even that in itself, it's like Caitlin, she hit somebody with the golf ball.
Yeah.
That's like, she's not, you know, it's not like she's this phenomenal golfer. That, no offense, Caitlin, but like.
she would be top 3, like if I could just be like, hey, I want Barstool to rep you and have the rights to like use your marketing, and she would top the line, male, female, I believe that's how powerful she really is.
Before we break down everything Dave Portnoy said, it's important to understand why this offer even exists in the first place. Once you see the WNBA's mistakes, the poor leadership, and the arrogance shown toward its biggest star, you'll realize exactly why Portnoy's proposal hit so hard and why Caitlin Clark might finally be thinking about walking away for good. Here's how the whole controversy started. Just a few days ago, Minnesota Lynx star Napheesa Collier dropped a major bomb during her exit interview. She revealed a private conversation she had with WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert, and what she shared was shocking. According to Collier, Engelbert told players they should basically bow down and be thankful for everything the commissioner has supposedly done for them. It wasn't just embarrassing, it was the kind of statement that could ruin a career.
I sat across from Kathy and asked how she planned to address the officiating issues in our league. Her response was, well, only the losers complain about the refs. I also asked how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Her response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court, because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. And in that same conversation, she told me, players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them.
That level of arrogance was already unbelievable, but what came next left everyone completely shocked. According to Napheesa Collier, Commissioner Kathy Engelbert went even further, claiming that Caitlin Clark should be grateful to the WNBA because every brand deal, every sponsorship, and every dollar she earns is only possible because of the league. Yes, you heard that right. The WNBA's own commissioner basically took credit for Caitlin Clark's worldwide fame and success. Let's be honest, that's one of the most disrespectful things a sports executive could ever say about the one player keeping their league alive. Engelbert wasn't just out of line, she was completely out of touch with reality. Fans didn't stay quiet either. The backlash was instant. Social media exploded with anger, and within hours, fans, sports analysts, and even former players were all calling for the same thing. Kathy Engelbert needs to be fired.
That's a mentality driving our league from the top. We go to battle every day to protect a shield that doesn't value us. The league believes it succeeds despite its players, not because of them. We have the best players in the world. We have the best fans in the world. But right now, we have the worst leadership in the world.
But just as that controversy was exploding, another one came out of nowhere and no one saw it coming. People began to wonder, wait a minute, could there actually be some truth in what Kathy said? That single question set off a storm across the sports world. Analysts started investigating, looking at numbers, comparing revenue. And what they uncovered was harsh and undeniable, a cold truth that left the WNBA completely exposed.
Do you give Kathy Engelbert credit for the TV deals that she has struck, or does all this kind of lead to her demise?
No, I give her no credit for anything she struck, because as far as I know, it was a struggling league until this new class of rookies came out. And I mean, listen, this may say a lot about my WNBA knowledge. If you threw Asia Wilson's name at me like 2 years ago, I'm not sure I really would have known who that is. I certainly would have known who Napheesa Collier is. Like, yes, I knew the bigger stars, and those are as big, but like I'm talking to Diana Taurasi, but I wasn't locked in on this league. Everything has changed.
That's when Dave Portnoy stepped in and delivered the knockout punch. His response wasn't just another angry rant, it was a precise takedown of everything Kathy Engelbert had claimed. He said it straight. The WNBA has been around for decades, and for most of that time, hardly anyone cared. The stands were empty, the ratings were low, and ticket sales were weak. Then Caitlin Clark came along, and suddenly everyone started paying attention. And the truth is, he's not wrong. The numbers prove it.
The ratings show it, the interest shows it, we're talking about it. You turn on Fox Sports, or ESPN, they talk about the WNBA a lot. That was never the case like 3-4 years ago.
I mean, last season was insane, and you can look at the ratings too. And I think there was like the Fever numbers actually were better than some NBA teams' numbers when it came to viewership last season. And so like the numbers are there.
Just look at the numbers, they say it all. The Indiana Fever's ratings this past season were through the roof. Some of their games even beat NBA broadcasts. Think about that for a second. A rookie player in her first 2 years as a pro, in a league that used to struggle to fill seats, is now pulling in bigger audiences than some men's teams. That's not hype, that's pure dominance. Caitlin Clark has completely changed the culture of the sport. Every stat backs it up. When she plays, arenas are packed, cameras are everywhere, and the whole world is watching. When she's not on the court, it's silent. That's not bias, it's just the truth. Denying that is like pretending the sun isn't shining at noon.
Notice when you're asking about Caitlin a lot, you bring up other rookies as well.
No league's ever about one player. That player could get hurt or whatever. So I think it's just to give recognition that in sports, people watch for compelling content and rivalries. And you can't do that alone as one.
Here's the truth: the WNBA has been trying to hide the reality instead of embracing it. Under Kathy Engelbert's leadership, the league has been driven by insecurity, jealousy, and poor decisions. Instead of building the league around Caitlin Clark, she's been focused on proving that the WNBA can survive without her. But that kind of pride is what destroys great organizations. What Engelbert doesn't seem to realize is that Caitlin Clark isn't just another player, she's the golden ticket. She's a once-in-a-generation talent that every sport dreams of having. Sure, it might be uncomfortable that one player holds so much influence, but it's also the biggest opportunity the WNBA has ever had. Instead of fighting it, the league could have embraced it, used Caitlin's popularity to grow the sport, improve the officiating, enhance the fan experience, and treat players better. But instead, Kathy Engelbert chose pride over progress. And now, with Dave Portnoy putting $100 million on the table, she's finally facing the price of that arrogance. Because here's the undeniable truth: the WNBA didn't make Caitlin Clark famous. Caitlin Clark made the WNBA relevant. And if she walks away, the fans, sponsors, broadcasters, and all the attention walk away with her.
These are the same players who have essentially tried to run Caitlin and her fans out of this league, including me. I don't make it about me, but if you recall, and I will make it about me, when I went to the Fever Chicago game, they launched an investigation saying I was doing monkey calls, which is the most outrageous thing in the history of the world, because of the Jumbotron, and a league that'll say Indiana Fever fans are bad, and we're doing investigations with no proof, no nothing, and have never stuck up for Caitlin. And you've had players be like, it's not about her, why she get all the attention? But then they don't complain when they get private planes from Caitlin in the new media deal.
And here's the most frustrating part: the WNBA still doesn't get it. They've been handed a golden opportunity, a once-in-a-generation chance to transform women's sports forever, and instead of protecting it, they're throwing it away. Rather than celebrating the superstar who single-handedly brought attention and energy to their league, they're disrespecting her in public and taking subtle jabs at the very player fans pay to watch. You couldn't come up with worse leadership if you tried. It's pure madness, total self-sabotage. It's like watching someone saw off the branch they're sitting on while bragging about how strong their balance is. That kind of delusional thinking is exactly what pushed Dave Portnoy to his breaking point. His viral on-camera offer wasn't random, it was the result of years of frustration shared by millions of Caitlin Clark fans who've watched the league keep making one mistake after another. Portnoy just said out loud what so many people were already thinking: the WNBA doesn't deserve Caitlin Clark.
Alienated an entirely new fan base, and it's almost like the old guard have consistently, we want the credit, we don't want to share in the pot. So Nafisa is correct, and she's been saying those things from the jump. But I find it curious, a lot of the players who don't seemingly equate embracing all these new fans with bigger contract deals, bigger money, are now agreeing with her. It's both. The referees stink. Everything about the league, the way they run it and market it, stink. The way they treat their fans, stink. So all of this is true.
But let's be clear, Dave Portnoy didn't step into this just because he's a huge Caitlin Clark fan. He's a businessman, a strategist, and he knows exactly what he's doing. In his interview, he explained it with sharp logic. Women's basketball is booming. The growth, the attention, the viewership, everything is rising fast. And in Portnoy's world, that means one thing: opportunity. He compared it to getting in early on a tech boom or a crypto surge. In other words, Caitlin Clark isn't just a sports superstar, she's the start of a business revolution.
Now, amongst the billionaire class, sports seem to be like the next big investment wave, right? Especially with all other entertainment kind of going AI. Like, this is going to be where human beings are still telling stories on the field, on the court, where everybody wants to put in their money.
And unlike the WNBA's leadership, Dave Portnoy actually has a vision. He didn't just throw the idea out there like some random hot take. He presented a full plan for how he'd build a new league from the ground up and make it profitable. He pointed out that fans are already craving something better, something that respects their time, money, and passion for the game. All it would take is a league that gets the basics right: real marketing, exciting competition, and a product built around stars like Caitlin Clark. Because the demand is already sky high, the WNBA just refuses to take advantage of it. Think about it, you don't need a degree in economics to see what's happening. Caitlin Clark means sold-out arenas. Caitlin Clark means national headlines. Caitlin Clark means TV ratings that rival the NBA. Put her at the center of a well-run league, and the revenue practically creates itself. This isn't complicated, it's common sense. And that's exactly why Dave Portnoy's offer hit so hard. It wasn't some wild dream. It was a wake-up call, a harsh reality check for every WNBA executive too proud to admit just how essential Caitlin Clark really is.
They got to clean up the league. The refereeing is atrocious, and you can't.
What do you think is the change there?
You got to let your superstars be superstars. You can't let your best players be getting mugged. Freedom of movement, things like that. Like, people don't want to. There's a reason why everyone's hurt. Like, protect your players. Like, it's not in the NBA. Yeah, okay, fine. In the beginning, like, Jordan was getting hammered, but like, you don't want.
But they changed the rules.
Correct. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's okay to be like, we want Caitlin or Paige to shine. Like, that helps the game. Let your superstars be superstars. That's what we want to see.
Then came the part that truly shocked everyone. Dave Portnoy didn't just talk numbers, he spoke directly to Caitlin Clark, like a businessman pitching a once-in-a-lifetime partnership. He compared what she's currently earning through her endorsements to what she could be making if she joined forces with him. And according to Portnoy, what she's earning now is nothing compared to the empire she could build. The message was crystal clear. Caitlin doesn't need the WNBA, the WNBA needs her. And for anyone who thought that $100 million offer was just talk, Portnoy was one step ahead. He revealed that he already has billionaire investors lined up and ready to fund the project if Caitlin says yes. These investors see what he sees: massive growth potential, worldwide attention, and a future where women's basketball finally gets the respect it deserves. This wasn't smoke and mirrors. It was a real strategic business move, a bold play to completely reshape the power structure of the entire sport.
If Caitlin would start her own league with you, I'd give her $100 million, and I have as many billionaires as you needed to start a league.
So when you take a step back and look at the big picture, it's clear Dave Portnoy isn't bluffing. He's completely serious. And for the first time in her career, Caitlin Clark holds all the power. She's in a position of total control, one where she could change everything overnight. If she wanted to, she could walk away, start her own league, and take every fan, sponsor, and media outlet with her. Because at this point, let's be honest, people don't follow the WNBA. They follow Caitlin Clark. Wherever she goes, the spotlight follows. But the big question everyone's asking is, what does Caitlin Clark think about all of this? Has she responded to Portnoy's massive offer? Is she even considering it? For now, the answer is no. She hasn't made any public comment about the $100 million proposal. Portnoy himself said she seems completely focused on her WNBA team and her career. She's loyal, dedicated, and 100% committed to the game. And that loyalty, whether you call it heart, humility, or both is exactly what makes her so admired and respected by fans everywhere.
Very rarely, if ever, publicly says anything that like should cause any waves. She's kind of like been a good trooper for the Fever and
Still, loyalty goes both ways. While Caitlin Clark keeps giving the WNBA everything she's got, the league keeps giving her reasons to walk away. Kathy Engelbert and her inner circle are running out of time to fix this mess. Every insult, every bad referee call, and every public mistake pushes Caitlin one step closer to the exit and one step closer to Dave Portnoy's open invitation. Right now, the WNBA is standing at a crossroads. One path leads to rebuilding the league around its biggest star, improving the product, and finally showing that they deserve her. The other path leads to denial, pretending they're the ones doing her a favor, and watching her take her talent, her fans, and her billion-dollar influence somewhere else. Because make no mistake, if Caitlin Clark ever decides to accept Portnoy's offer, it won't just be another sports story. It will be an earthquake. It would be the ultimate payback against a league that failed to respect her. And the moment the WNBA finally realizes that you can't build a future by alienating your present. So, what do you think? Should Caitlin Clark keep carrying a league that keeps taking her for granted, or take control of her destiny and change the game forever? One thing's for sure, the power is no longer in the commissioner's hands. It's in Caitlin Clark's. If you think she should take the deal and leave the WNBA behind, tell us in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we'll see you in the next one.